I want to show you a technique called the 3-act play. The 3-act play is called the 3-act play because there are 3 acts. We'll call this one Act 1, we'll call this one Act 2, and we'll call this one Act 3. Just made those up on the spot. All right, we want 3 parts. This, by the way, only takes 2.5 minutes to do. You can always make it longer, but I don't know why you would. It only takes 2.5 minutes. Act 1 is the before, okay? Act 1 is what your life was like before. And I'm going to give you 60 seconds to tell us what your life was like before. And so before you discovered this product, before you joined this company, what was your life like? And in the best 3-act plays, you're not going to take a long time to do this. In the best 3-act plays, you're going to boil it down to 3 specific characteristics, okay? And so you're going to tell us a little bit about what your life was like before. So before, 2 years ago, I was not sleeping well at night. I woke up the next day more tired than when I went to bed. And honestly, my love life wasn't very good. Okay, those are 3 characteristics and 60 seconds about what your life was like before. That's the first act. The second act is what we call the pivot. The second act is when things change. And you get 30 seconds to talk about the pivot. Now, when you're telling the story of your product, I don't recommend you name the name of the company of your product in the pivot. I would just say, then I changed my morning routine, or then I changed some of the vitamins that I took, or then I changed what I was using as my morning makeup routine, or then I changed something. Tell us what you changed. Don't be extremely vague, but I wouldn't name the company at this point. I would just say, then I made a change, and talk to us about that change and what it was like. And now we're going to get to the third act. The third act is the after, or the now, depending upon how long ago this story is from. And you get 60 seconds to talk about what your life is like now. And here's the best 3-act play. The best 3-act play will actually boil that down specifically to just 3 characteristics. And in the best 3-act plays, this characteristic became this characteristic, this characteristic became this characteristic, and this characteristic became this characteristic. So let me give you an example. Let's say that I have a product, and my product makes you healthier, okay? And so my product could be some nutritional supplements. I have some nutritional supplements. First thing I'm gonna do is tell you, 2 years ago, man, I woke up one day and I didn't even want to get out of bed. I was tired all the time. Even if I slept for like 10 hours, I was tired. And in the middle of the day, brain fog. In the middle of the day, I wanted nothing more than to take a nap. And I'm telling you, I didn't have any energy for my wife and inner energy for my kids. I wasn't the dad or the husband that I wanted to be. Then a friend of mine introduced me to this new supplement. And I didn't change everything. I didn't change my diet that much. I still eat too much steak and go to McDonald's too often. I didn't change my exercise too much, but I did change what I take every morning. And I drink a shake now every morning, and it's delicious and I love it. Let me tell you about my life now. My life now, instead of not wanting to get out of bed, I don't have to set an alarm anymore. I wake up with full energy. Instead of having brain fog in the afternoon, I am my most productive all afternoon. I never have that lull in the afternoon like some people have. And instead of having no energy for my wife and my kids, I have plenty of energy to be the dad that I want to be and the husband that I want to be. Now, here's how this works. There's 2 ways that you can blow this, but here's how it works. If this describes what the person you're talking to is like now, and this describes what the person who you're talking to aspires for, then they will pay you. They will beg you for the pivot. They will ask you and cry for you. Get this wrong. One way you can get this wrong is if this doesn't describe the person that you're talking to. And so if I'm giving you the story I just told you, and you're not tired in the morning, and you have plenty of energy all day, and you're not a dad or a husband, and you have plenty of energy for everything, well, then this isn't going to work. And if I say, now I have lots of energy, now I have great concentration, and now I'm the dad and the husband that I want to be, or the parent that I want to be, if that's not what you want, like if you don't want that, if you just want to sit around and be tired all day and you don't want to be a good dad or a good parent, well, it's not going to work. But if this describes what you are now, and this describes where they want to be, they will run over mountains. They will push through walls to get them. So that's a product story.